Do you think the current government is actively engaging the youth in the governance of the state?
This is part of the things that we agitated for a few years ago. OS1 has been declared about it, that we want a governor that will care about the youth. We want a government that will bring youth into his government. I can tell you for free that all our youth that not have the access to the government or that don't have access to any position in the government.
Hi, I'm Carrie from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. I came all the way to Nigeria to Nafset Studios to remind everybody to keep watching Nafset TV on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Kindly subscribe and follow.
I'm being joined in the studio with the Ondo State Youth Network Coordinator. His name is Comrade, although I love to call him Honorable, Comrade Afe Ezekiel Adegboyega. It's good to have you in the studio.
Thanks for having me, my brother. I'm happy to be here.
So let's talk about Ondo State Youth. Tell me about the Ondo State Youth Network.
Ondo State Youth Network is the major largest youth network in Ondo State. It was created 10 years ago. That's 2015 by Comrade Aiyedatiwa. We call him Safety from Ilaje local government, which he shared the initiative with his brother Wandeti Ajay as a comrade young leaders in the state that left student activity. As at that time, we have a lot of student leaders in the state, and they thought, where are we going to, after we have left the student struggle, what can bring all of us together? They now thought of Ondo State Youth Network that cuts across all the 18 local governments. You must be indigenous of Ondo State, and you must be serve in one way or two capacities during your school days. Maybe you serve as SGU president, maybe you serve as NAOS, National Association of Ondo State Students, maybe you serve as one of the NANS, National Association of Nigerian Students, different organizations that you have served. That it shows you have once been a leader, that we should come together, be any political parties, that we should come together to be the voice of the youth in those states. That's what OSYN is.
So what you are telling us is that OSYN is not affiliated to any political
party? No, OSYN is not affiliated to any political party, BU, PDP, BU, APC, no. Because currently we have the secretary of PDP in Ondo State, Barrister Ashwaji Olujimi, is our member. Wandeti Ajay, like I said, is co-founder of OSYN, is one of the strong PDP young members in Ondo State. We have APC, we have one of our youth leaders in the Southwest. They call him Lawa, PAF. He's our leader from our local government. So we have series of, we have different political appointees, SSAs, commissioners that are members of OSYN. And we know in the next few days, we'll be having maybe possible members from ADC in Ondo State United. So it's not partisan. It's not a political party.
All right, so now let's talk about the youth involvement in the Ondo State governance. Do you think the current government in Ondo State is actively engaging the youth? Because you represent the voice of the youth. Do you think the current government is actively engaging the youth in the governance of the state?
Yes, he's doing it with due respect to the governor of Ondo State, Excellency Lucky Orimiso Aiyedatiwa. He has inclusive youth in his government, and this is part of the things that we agitated for, and this is part of the things that OS stands for. Because few years ago, OS1 has been declared about it, that we want a governor that will care about the youth. We want a government that will bring youth into his government. And as you can see, he has been doing that, and we have a youth engagement with the governor like 6 or 8 months ago, which he promised us to give us a less than 40 years of age commissioner for youth. And you can see this is the first time in the history of Ondo State since 1999 that we have a commissioner for youth, which is a member of Ondo State Youth Network. That's a comrade, is a former SU president from FECA, Comrade Elmoyefumi Henry Shegun. We call him IBB. And after that, he gave us another commissioner for environment. That's Honorable Tobiloko. He was former Federation of SLDO president. Like, you understand what I'm saying about OSYN now. So we have a lot of people. We have Tom Diakribido, a former House of Assembly member representing Ondo West, and now he's SSA to the governor on ICT. We have Yemi Fashekpe, is an SSA to the governor on diaspora. We have SSA on youth empowerment and job creation. That's Orioye Igbaimo Shemore. Yes, we have SSA to the governor on voluntary services. That's Oyeniyi Iwakun Adeolu. Is a former NAOS national president. So the governor himself already took it upon himself that, yes, let me listen to the youth. Let me bring the youth close to my government. And you can see 60% of the people in the government of Ondo State working directly with the governor are youth. So I can say kudos to the governor for doing that.
Okay, all right. Now, these appointments that you have mentioned of several people that have been appointed by the governor of Ondo State to encourage youth, how has it translated to the average youth that is not directly connected to politics?
Yes, you know what, in time of appointment, or because it's easier for the person that is holding a elective position than someone that's under appointee, and mostly we have trained ourselves, as wine as a youth, and it is easier for us to reach out to people that don't have the opportunity to hold any political or any appointee position in the government. So our all the appointees that I've mentioned earlier, Ewakun and Co, they are reaching out to the youth that are not involved in politics. Like what he always do about his voluntary services, he reach out to all the youth in various local communities to give them the fertilizers, people that are youth that are involved in agric, and also SSA to the governor on youth empowerment. He makes some one youth one skills recently, and it's not only the intellectuals youth that are involved, people that are not even educated that are youth, and people, our youth that are even involved in government, participated and benefited from all this empowerment. So I can tell you for free that all our youth that are involved in politics also reach out to our youth that not have the access to the government or that don't have access to any position in the government.
Now, from the things we have heard from people, a lot of people still feel the government is not doing enough. In your own recommendation, what do you think the government can do to improve their engagement with youth? Now, they are well, kudos to him. We have appointments, but there's supposed to be activities that are being propagated that directly affects the youth in terms of education, in terms of sporting, in terms of empowerment. You understand? Direct empowerment, agriculture especially. What are your thoughts?
Well, you're right, but at the same time, I will always appeal to the government, because recently we passed a message to the government of Ondo State that there should be every 2 to 3 months, there should be youth engagement with the government. And after having this youth engagement, and we also want to appeal to the chairman of each local government, there should be a town hall meeting engaging the youth, and not only youth alone, engaging the women in our various local governments. So that these people will tell you what their challenges are. So from there, you now know how to tackle it. And issue of agriculture, the new commissioner of agric has been trying his best to give some things out for the youth that participated in agriculture. They even recently told them to bring their list, your names. If you know that you are into maybe livestock or poultry or some other things, that you bring your name and where your farming or some other things are located, so that they can reach out to you when there is any opportunity from the state or from the federal government. An issue of education, he has already approved a lot of classroom in the issue of education. An issue of empowerment, I've told you earlier that the SSA to the government on youth and empowerment and job creations, like twice now, he has done a program that youth are benefited directly from it. The last one was the one that the governor himself visited the place at Oda, which some youth will be trained from certain months. So and after that month, we now set them up on their own feed. And so these are the things that the government have been doing. And the government cannot please everyone, but we are telling them that they should try to do more. But the only place that I know that the government have issues with recently now is the issue of our road. Because no matter how maybe we have friends in the government, that does not mean that we should not tell them the truth. We have issues with our roads. We have issues with majorly the flyover of Nyarubulem. We have issues with the completion of Ijoka Road. We have issues with SIB roads. All these things, we want to appeal to the government. We want to appeal to our youth in the cabinet of the governor that they should work on these things. Our people are suffering because all these roads, we help the citizens to transport their goods from one place to another, and all these roads will benefit the citizens of the state. So we want to appeal to government about it. That's the only thing I see so far in the issue of government that they have to buckle up on.
All right, so I'm going to ask you two questions in one as we wrap up this session. First, in your own opinion, do you think that the OSYN is doing its best for the youth in Ondo State? That's number one. Number two, how can any youth in Ondo State be a part of the OSYN?
Yeah, thank you very much. The first question, we have been trying our best to agitate for youth in Ondo State, and that's the result that you have seen in the government of DJ that are youth inclusive in the government. And still on that question, there is a recent job opportunity that was given to OSYN, which will reach out to people that are not even members of OSYN and people that are members of OSYN. And we have been doing it since the beginning of our administration. So it shows that we youth that in the state that are not even members of OSYN are be benefiting from OSYN. And your second question is about the how to join OSYN. The first thing is that you must first know that you must be indigene bona fide member of Ondo State, not by any certificate, not by maybe you went to a local government to get their certificate. No, you must be bona fide member of Ondo State from any of the 18 local governments, and you must be a graduate. So, and you must, it's not compulsory for you to be a former student leader, because we have some people that are technocrats, that are professionals in their own field, like people like you now. And so you are entitled to be a OSYN member if you apply for it. And after they have all these criteria, there is a room, there is a duration that will normally throw the application outside, that if you want to be a member of OSYN, you have to fill that form. After you have filled that form, you went to screening, and after screening that you have passed, they've now hired you. So you can get the number of the coordinator or the current coordinator elect and call him whenever the application is out. They will inform the members.
Thank you very much, Comrade Afe Ezekiel Adegboyega. That is all about what we can take on this episode of Ondo Hot Seat. Let me tell you something. Be a part of what is going on in Ondo State. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell to know every time we drop a new video. Till I come your way next time, I remain Ayokunle Ajishafe. Enjoy your day.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to thumbs it up and subscribe for more videos.